Hey YouTube, it's Emily, and I wanted to make a video today to talk about so you think you want a horse. In this video I'm going to show you what having a horse actually can do to your land, and show you the amount of waste that accumulates over time. And it's something to think about, you know, if you're considering keeping a horse on your property like I do. I've had her since September, and in those short 5 months, you can honestly see the damage that she has done to the land, not only just by her feet and her weight stepping in the grass, all the way to the grass that she eats, to the bushes that she eats, everything. I live on just under 5 acres, and I have a horse and 2 billy goats. And it sounds like it's enough land, and it is technically, but I can definitely see the damage. If you look back at my past pictures, like on Instagram and stuff, the yard out here was absolutely amazing and gorgeous, and with having these animals free roaming for 5 months, you can definitely see the damage. Probably the first thing I'm going to talk about is the manure waste. On average, horses poop about 30 pounds a day, and that is a lot of crap, and you got to do something with it. I've tried just spreading it out in the yard with a pitchfork. I don't like what that does. It just sits there, and it takes longer, you know, for it to dissolve and get into the ground. So I've just gone to picking it up and actually making a compost pile. Shoot, I can't turn it around to show you guys. I'll have to do it this way. So, kind of hard to see. This is my compost pile. And that's just a couple months of picking up poop every couple of days to every day, just depending on when I can get out here. And that is a significant amount. I am a composter, so I plan on composting it, but if you're not, you definitely are going to have to dig a hole and bury it. You're going to have to figure out something to do with it, because you don't want to leave it just sitting in your yard. I've learned that if you can pick up the poop within a few days after it hits the ground, the grass will come back. If you let it sit there, it does die. So just to help keep the grass and the land looking nice, I like to pick it up. Plus I'm a composter anyway, so this method works for me. I'm excited to make good soil, because I'm not going to pay to have soil dumped here. So I'll just make it myself. Yeah, I guess let me walk to the front and show you guys some of the damage that she has done to my plants up front. When you do get your horse, they're going to pick a favorite spot, and for Phuket, her favorite spot is the front yard for whatever reason. And of course, that's where Ronnie has done most of his landscaping the last 12 years of living here, and so naturally, her and the billies have stripped that clean. Give you guys a shot of the pond. We took the poultry netting off, and it looks just dynamite again. Let's see. I should have done my video the other way around so I could show you guys some of the hoof marks in the ground, which that's not as big of a deal, but in Florida, from September to probably February, I'd say those are pretty wet months. So our ground, you know, stays more moist, and so you can see her footprints. Okay, this is just a fun example of my banana trees. Gone. She actually is a browser just like my billy goats, and so between the three of them, nothing stands a chance. Once they get a taste for it and they like it, they don't stop until it's done. You can see my Spanish bayonets. That's something new that they've worked on. That and the banana tree. They probably did this in like 2 weeks' time. Let me just show you this. If you look out there, it looks like you can kind of see piles of poop, but that is not piles of poop. That is hoof marks in the ground. Like I said, it's a little bit more wet right now, and so when she takes a step, or she gets, you know, if I'm moving her feet and she's got some speed on her, she leaves an indention in the ground and it kicks up the grass. It looks like a golf course, you know, where the chunks of the grass get messed up. Okay, let's come over here to my birds of paradise. It is only growing 5 feet and up. Luckily, this is several years old, so the blooms are up high, so I am gonna still get some flowers and stuff, so that will be really gorgeous. But obviously you can see that's her work up there. Ornamental ginger, done for, which is okay. I don't really care for that. It's nice, but they care for it, that's for sure. Just they completely destroy it, and then once it starts to grow back, any new growth, it's like that's what they love the most. Any new shoots. And then we come to the bushes. Sorry, that was a bad shot. Ronnie has been growing the bushes and landscaping them for 10 to 12 years, and I'm going to show you what they used to look like compared to now. They are not dead, but they don't stand a chance, and he's pretty upset about that. We don't have a fence though. Like, I don't have a special area where I can keep them pinned up, which hopefully that will change here in the spring. My dad's gonna come out and build me a barn or something. But yeah, really makes you think, do you want a horse? They have made quick work of that. Here's the other set. Yep, pretty much done. She pushes in there and breaks the branches, just destroys it. And this is what it used to look like. Nice and beautiful. We used to worry about keeping them straight. Now they've started on this side. Hopefully we'll get, like I said, we'll get that built. And how it happens is they start at the bottom and then they work their way up to the top of the bushes. Yeah. Oops, sorry guys. Definitely something to think about. I absolutely love my horse and my billies. I wouldn't change it, but I would, if I could go over and start over, I would already have a designated area that I would keep them in. Just because I enjoy landscape and land management, you know, so it hurts me a little bit too to see the damage that they've done. You know, I thought having my Great Pyrenees was bad enough, and they dig massive holes. That's nothing compared to what these guys have done. Take you over here to my aquaponics. And I didn't do a fall garden this year. I got started late. So I just had planted succulents and all that I already had growing. I had an amazing succulent collection. And Phuket has changed that. So in the middle of the night, I've noticed that's when she gets in the most trouble. But she has destroyed my succulent garden. I don't even get mad anymore about this. I'm just gonna have to start over. I mean, she literally eats like the cactuses with the spikes and stuff. I don't know how she does it. You can see those little spikes are no joke, and she just munches right through them. So I have to save what I can and see what comes back. My pond plants in the same boat. She knocks them over, eats them, pulls them out. She gets back there. She's ate my 2 pepper plants, my tomato plant. So yeah, if you're gonna get a horse, besides all the other big commitments and things that you have to think about when getting one, you definitely need to be ready to see some changes in your yard, which can be avoided if you give them a sacrifice area. I'm going to show you where we plan on building the new barn for them. We have an old dirt bike track back here. So we're going to fence that off, and then I'm going to keep them back there. And that's going to work for several reasons. The track really doesn't necessarily have any type of landscape growing, just the wild grasses, invasive species grasses that grow. And it's going to give them exercise. So they're going to be stuck in a pasture that has berms on it, and a berm is basically like a hill or a jump. So I think it's going to work out really good. Try to turn because I'm getting out here. We've got the metal for the barn. My dad dropped that off with the big trailer. And then we're just gonna, we've got to get some wood that we're gonna attach the metal pieces to. And then we're gonna build the barn somewhere back here. But it's kind of hard to see over the berms. But basically we're gonna have a fence running across the front of this. And the billies and the horses will have this back acre, you know, as a sacrifice area. So I think it's going to work out really well. And then Ronnie, I won't have to hear from him as far as, oh man, they're ruining my stuff, this and this. Back here, they'll be able to do whatever they want. And it'll be good because if we do get rain and stuff, they can get on top of the berms and get on some dry ground. Now through this passageway is the side acre, and everyone's like, oh, keep them over here, but she hasn't done much damage over here, and I don't want to just keep her pinned to it. This is actually my favorite side because of those oak trees over there. It's just so pretty. So I want to keep this as an area that I can let her and the billies out for just a little bit at a time, you know, for a couple hours, a few times a week. That way the grass stays growing. So I'm just trying to be proactive and plan ahead, but definitely a lot to think about if you're going to get some livestock animals, or, you know, if you're thinking about keeping your animals on your property. Those are my billy goats, Godzilla and Godzuki. 100% fainers. 1000% eaters. I'll give you a quick view of Pukut. She's a big horse anyways. She's more around the 1,500 pound range. So she would probably do a little bit more damage than your average horse, I'd say. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.